questions on any of this stuff? All right, let me hand out the assignment that I want you guys to work on right now.
Today, a class with Elizabeth Donovan is as much about a lesson as it is real life.
So there are 2 questions.
It's so important for me, for the kids to understand what's going on, and they're also very passionate about it. A lot of them have family in Ukraine.
We're looking at the differences between before and after, so keep that in mind.
She grew up in a Ukrainian family. The day we were in her classroom, she learned some of her relatives safely escaped, but others have decided to stay.
My uncle, who's 78, decided to stay. So, which is, horrible. But every Ukrainian I speak to says, I understand him. And so I'm trying to understand that too, but he doesn't want to leave his home. He's 78 years old.
In this school, the stress of family in the face of war is now common.
I saw the Lord seated on a high and lofty throne.
This is St. George Academy, a small Catholic high school with many Ukrainian students.
Ukraine is all I've ever known.
This was 9th grader Marta Slava's first day at St. George. She escaped Ukraine just days ago.
I remember waking up in the morning to my mom shaking and crying because she was telling me to pack my bags and that we had to leave immediately because, Ukraine was being invaded.
She's one of 4 students now enrolled here who left the country since the Russian invasion started.
I feel so bad for classmates and friends who did not have an opportunity like me to leave Ukraine.
She's living with her grandmother as her mom is still in Europe, her father's still in Ukraine, and her older sister, she's still waiting to hear from.
She has 3 young children. She also tried to get out, but it was no use. I don't know where she is right now. I haven't got any information from her, and I don't know if she got out, and I don't know where the kids are.
Youth is beautiful, and I think this kind of stress gives our youth their first wrinkle.
Andrew Stasiuv is the school's principal.
The mornings are the toughest because you're waiting to hear. They're 7 hours ahead of us. So when we wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in Ukraine, you already know who survived the night.
He has family still in Ukraine. So does Maxim Kosar. He said goodbye to his father and crossed the Polish border.
I was really worried because I spent all my life with him. Yeah.
The 16-year-old came to the U.S. to live with his mom. He messages with his dad multiple times a day, who he says often has to hide in a bomb shelter beneath their home.
When I see this, the siren veiling starts, I chat to him if he's okay because he goes to the underground in our home just to be safe.
Please be ready for tomorrow's quest.
For as unique as it is to have a school so closely tied to a war so geographically far away,
On the article on page 14 through 17.
the hope is what comes from these classrooms is a message the entire world can believe in.
I want them to understand how senseless this war is. I want them to understand that history, we can learn from history and from our mistakes, and that they are really the future, and the things that they do and the people that they elect and the choices that they make can make a world of difference.